Good morning. This is Rambler. I'm at Ravine Garden State Park, a Florida State Park in Palatka, Florida. And getting started here, we're going to look at the visitor center, and it's a garden area, so there's some other pleasures here, enjoyment, and it's a nice place. It's not a long trail, but we're going to get our 12 miles. This is our 12-mile day hike. And I have another hiker joining me. He's also a surfer. So his surfer name is Shark Bite. And so that'll be his trail name unless he goes with two names. Here is our visitor center here at Ravine Garden State Park. We're parked out here, parking lot, and the garden area.
Hey, Rambler, let's go hiking.
Sounds like a good idea. Hey, just give us a brief introduction to this park. Now, you live in the area, so this is your home trail, right?
Oh yeah, this is the Ravine Garden State Park. If you're in the state of Florida and you need to train a little bit with some up and down elevation, this is one of the few places you can go. It was kind of built up, roads, infrastructure back in the mid-30s, and then the city sold it to the state in 1970. So it's Ravine Garden State Park. Anybody can come and enjoy every square foot of the place.
There's a little fee coming in, isn't there? Maybe $5 for a vehicle.
Yeah, $5. I have bought the card for the year. I think it's $60, but it includes every other state park.
Good idea. So we were saying, here's the garden area. We're going to go ahead and get into the garden area and then get on to the trailhead. Shark Bite, you can lead the way.
Alrighty.
He'll be hiking ahead. He knows the contour. There's two trails here, and he knows how to get around and get our 12 miles. He's got a good plan for twisting around those little spaghetti trail and get around this in different ways. All right, well, here's a fountain. It's nice here. Many people just like to come in here for the garden, and there's picnic tables, a canopy area with picnic tables.
Got a little gazebo.
We will get into the first trail that's blazed, and there's two that we're putting together to build up our mileage today and get our 12-mile goal, which is my Florida Trail benchmark when I'm out here on a day hike, is for training and just building up and getting a good look at trails. 12 miles is what we want to do. Got a little entryway here for this trail. Headed down some kind of block steps. All right, we're getting to it now. So Rambler, I'm Rambler, you're Shark Bite. You ever taken any spills on the trail? I've fallen a few times in different trails, but
I don't think I've fallen all the way down, and as a surfer, I'm real good at falling. That's not a problem, but I haven't fallen on a trail. Of course, I'm such a new hiker. I haven't had as many hours to fall as you have. So.
All right, well, let's work on that. I'm going to go ahead and get a shot of this sign. We see it. We're going to be on the Azalea Trail, 2.5 miles.
And we're going to start on the Springs Trail, which will be 0.6 miles. It ties right into this over there, and it'll make us the 3.1 miles.
Very good. All right.
At one point, I came down here, and a large black snake had another black snake halfway swallowed right there in the middle of that trail.
Ah.
I said, whoa, look at this.
It's going to be a good day hiking in pairs.
We'll be doing over 6 miles on the main trail.
All right, we're coming into the entrance of the trail where we're actually getting under some cover now. And this is the .6 Springer Trail, our first leg. We do get some up and downs and some work going uphill and downhill. And that's unique for Florida. I've experienced the same thing in Pensacola. I remember a trail we could get back to called the Garden of Eden over towards Pensacola, west of Tallahassee, Florida. But over there you can get some hills. I won't call them mountains, but some up and down. And this, of course, ravine means there is a valley down there, a ravine. I would think there's some water down there too. But this is a well-maintained state park, and there's rangers around. Not all the time, everywhere, but we always will see a ranger every time I've been here. Hey, thanks, shark bite. Clear the vine. Yeah, a little bit of scrambling. This is a new tree fall since I've been here. Last time I was here, might have been 8 months ago, 7 months ago. This tree was not down. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep recording. I got it. Down in the ravine, heavy growth. That's nowhere where we wouldn't bushwhack down there.
Well, this is the dead end of summer, so it's full as it's going to get as far as green and grown up. So that's why they trim it this time. It'll last all winter.
Yeah, and that's a fact of Florida, a reputation. Anywhere with this kind of weather, the hot season, lots of growth for what's adapted to this ecosystem environment. It's common to get heavy growth on trails, and I've done some what almost felt like bushwhacking, but sometimes I'll pull off a trail if it's just like I feel like I'm in a foreign country with no trail. I won't fight through everything. Oh, well, we've got our hike on. I'm here with Shark Bite. This is Rambler, and we've made our first 0.6 miles. Right before us is the next trail. We're going to go ahead and look around and talk to Shark Bite some more. On the other side here, this is where we began. And here we're getting on the longer of the two trails, 2.5 miles Azalea Trail.
Run, gonna rock, gonna roll.
Let's go, hike on. So Shark Bite, how'd you get your surfing name? Surfing name it is.
Yeah, it's a surfing name that kind of carried on to the trail. I'm an old surfer and a kind of a brand new hiker, so I was surfing at the jetties. That's where the St. Johns River hits the ocean in north of Jacksonville. And I was gonna put my wetsuit on. I looked out and saw people with wetsuits on. I just had a brand new wetsuit, and I said, you know, it's really not that cold. I'm gonna go with just a top half of wetsuit. So I went out there and was surfing along, flew up in the air at the end of a wave and landed in a shark's mouth somehow. It clamped down on my thigh, but didn't clamp down very hard, so I just, Daddy said I was so rotten that he spit me out. So it bled some, it bled some. Salt water healed it pretty quick, so I surfed a bit more and
Were you scared? I mean, were you shaking a little bit when it happened?
Not too bad. When you see The shark at Universal Studios looks more real than a shark when you see it. They look rubber and they look fake, but their teeth are real.
That's for sure. Sharp, sharp too, right?
Yeah, and sharp. So anyway, I was very happy that I did not put on my new wetsuit and go and get the leg bit out of it.
Wow. Now, how much is a wetsuit like that? You would have lost damage on a, I mean, is it $100 or less, more?
I guess it was maybe 350, something like that. It was
real money.
Yeah, it was a high-end O'Neill wetsuit, and of course, Daddy called me a nut for worrying about the wetsuit instead of my leg. So
yeah. So how big was the shark? I mean, 6 feet, 4 feet, 8 feet. Wasn't Jaws or anything.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a megalodon. It was probably long as my board. My board is about 6 feet. I'd say it was that, maybe a hair longer. I always said when a shark attacks me, I'm gonna punch it in the nose so hard it's gonna let me go. And I took a good hard swing and missed it miserably. So.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a bear. They say punch them in the nose. If they actually continue to attack a person after approaching, and they say punch them hard in the nose. And that's not advice, but that's what I've heard.
Well, funny you should mention that, because I may be the only person in the state that's been bit by a shark and mauled by a bear. We'll tell that story later.
All right, that sounds good. We're hiking strong with shark bite. That's shark bite name, surfer name. You're not going to find that on the trail, are you? He's unique with a wide experience of surfing, and now he's on the trail. Maybe he'll get some new experiences. Earlier, he had said he's never fallen on trail. He stumbled, tripped, but never went down. So I think anybody after long enough will eventually stumble and fall. It usually happens.
I'm gonna quit surfing the big hurricanes when I turn 65. Because I figure, well, I'll be older. But the backstory to that is I've been saying that ever since I was turning 50. So nobody believes me.
Yeah, it hasn't stopped you yet. Age.
Nobody believes me.
Well, they say age is just a number.
My theory is if you do something and you keep doing it, you can do it next year. And you can do it next year if everything's even. But if you quit for a stretch, well, then you may be, out of the game. I went 17 miles on the first on the first day.
Wow.
And then made camp as the sun was getting near the trees. And that was
serious.
Yeah, I wasn't as chipper on the second day.
You were feeling it?
Yeah, it was like the first day, yeah, you're go-go then. It's the second day when you've used your muscles, I'd say, you're at a disadvantage.
That's where on through hikes, section hikes, it's always encouraged to start slow and build up.
That's what every video says. And I watch the videos to try to figure out what I'm doing.
With my electronics, my iPhone, working with a gimbal, I have a DJI Mic 3, the newest release. I was watching a YouTube video of rescue in the White Mountains in New Hampshire.
Oh.
Yeah, and somebody fell backwards, which there's some rock scrambling, but it can happen anywhere on the trail when you make a misstep if your balance goes backwards. But they ended up calling for rescue, and of course we both have the well, I take that back. I didn't bring my Garmin today, but Sharkbite has his inReach. But he's in for the 12 miles. I look at these Florida hikes, we're going to get a good look at Ravine Garden State Park, a Florida State Park in Palatka, Florida. It's really an excellent place for visiting, even picnics. The garden's a highlight. Plenty of people visit for the garden. We're here, we've gone a little under 3 miles, but we're around some water, taking a little water break. I'm going to go ahead and get my baseball cap on, let you see my Chicago Cub hat. Sometimes I introduce my teams. Last time on a day hike, I introduced my football team. So today, the 2016 Chicago Cubs won the World Championship after over 100 years, I think 106 years. All right, there's a look at the Cub hat I just talked about.
This is what the locals call the waterworks. The actual Palatka waterworks was over there. I call it the original waterworks, but I don't know if that's the original, but it was original as far as I've been alive. And our river is, you could sprint there to the river. That's how close we are.
All right, well, we gonna get back on the trail?
Your shaft, sir.
Thank you. I've been knighted with my hiking pole.
Yeah, watch yourself. This is Cypress City here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you live in nearby Florida town, you can, if you're headed for the Appalachian Trail, you want to probably come practice here. The old bear story. Let's see, now this is, I guess it was my second overnight backpacking trip where I had several overnights to go. I was sleeping good like I always do. It was about midnight and the whole tent started shaking. So I kind of was waking up and I thought, well, I'm dreaming that I'm getting mauled by a bear. So then I shook my head clear and I said, yeah, I am getting mauled by a bear.
You were in Florida?
Yeah, I was in the Ocala National Forest, which is the bear behind every tree. And so I wake up and I come up with my Glock and I said, you got 2 seconds. And then everything went silent and the tent fell in on me. I guess it was one smart bear. So when the tent fell on me, I grabbed, my flashlight was there also. I unzipped it and jumped out and cleared the area and didn't hear or see anything. And so I found my stakes and put my tent back up and crawled back in bed and went sound asleep, which my buddies all pointed out that I was crazy, but I guess that's nothing new. Here's a downhiller. Watch, that pipe is slippery. I've told her she was in beast mode. She was smoking.
That's good. That's a football term to me, beast mode.
Hi, hiking partner, I'm talking about you.
Ah.
Yeah, that's you know what they call 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Hiker's midnight.
There you go. Yeah, and the point of when you go long days, yeah, you slow up. When I did my 100 miles, I kept going until I had to get to a shelter, but I definitely slow up. Those uphills are steep. They're like 50 degrees at times, and they're so steep, but if you keep moving your feet forward, you'll be all right. We're coming up from our first double loop, 6.2 miles.
It's halftime.
We'll go ahead and take a short vehicle break. We don't need in the vehicle. It's in the 80s here in Palatka, Florida. So perspiring, there's some sweat, but it's not unbearable in any way if you're used to the Florida temperatures, the heat and humidity. All right, we're here with Shark Bite. Hey, we got some piped water. Thinking could be a spring, or do you think it's piped into a Shark Bite?
Probably the spring, or it may be tied to the old waterworks over the fence there.
When Palatka began, Palatka Waterworks. Public water, private land. Grew the city, fresh water. Okay. Yes, it is the Azalea Trail.
Hey, it's steps like that'll get you ready for Blood Mountain.
It's a good idea. I know some in training, they used to call it running stairs. Try to do stairs up and down a few times and get some heavy work. In Planet Fitness, not advertising, but they've got stair climbers, machines that keep you climbing stairs uphill as long as you run the machine, and you can put different levels on how fast you're going or how much effort it's resisting you.
Ah. And Shark Bite's never been in a gym.
It's all in nature and on the surf.
Yeah, a lot of paddling.
All you can do, I know all the YouTube hikers say, get out there and do it. I was telling Shark Bite, that's how I started. I couldn't even walk up steps because I had been working in an office for at least 4 years. I was doing personal, family, home and auto insurance, independent agent, and got up towards 60. Lose track after a while if I was 59, but I couldn't even step up steps with my knees. And of course I give glory to God and Jesus, my Lord and Savior.
Watch that one.
He brought me up and out of that and brought me to a place where I could hike 100 miles on the Appalachian Trail in July of this year. We're now in September, we're out here. It's not as hot as it's been in Florida. A little bit overcast, but always humid. But what I was describing is a regular progression of hiking and of work. And you can go as far as you'll work at it on a regular basis and build a little, build upon your endurance, and it's over time. But maybe shark bite, maybe you'll start working on some hiking endurance and see if you want to take that somewhere. But that's you're so busy anyway with you're going to be on the surf and you're a fisherman, bass fisherman. You got plenty to stay busy.
Well, when you're a bass fisherman, you have plenty of horsepower to carry you around.
Yeah, not too much leg power.
No, just standing.
All right, well, we're in the Ravine Garden State Park, and we're making a day of it. We expect to be out here easily 4 hours because, yeah, I would say 5 hours plus, because we're going to make sure we cross the 12-mile benchmark, which is my day hike training and endurance measure once a week. And for those that have seen my Appalachian Trail 100-mile section hike, video number 1, you'll see my Nordic incline machine I have in my home. And but yeah, working on that 5 days a week. The goal is to be ready. Next goal for me that's endurance is in the summer of 2026. I'm going to hike the 100-mile wilderness on the AT, Appalachian Trail in Maine, and hike up Katahdin. But if shark bite jumps in heavy on the Florida Scenic Trail, we might get some miles on there depending on who's in our hiking team. Sometimes there'll be a hiker that won't want to do long miles or not capable, and we have to govern down. We have to, what do you say, pace to the hiker that needs some accommodation of not too much too fast.
We don't want to kill anybody.
There you go. But shark bite, you've been a patient guy. He's a believer, and I think Jesus gives us patience because we're born again, and we got a lot of potential for patience when that miracle birth happens through faith in Jesus. But that's where we are, and he's been patient while I work with these electronics, and now we've got everything recording live, and the audio is tuned in on the DJI Mic 3. Shark Bite's wearing his mic, I've got a mic, so even if he gets ahead 30-40 yards, I can still hear him. Go ahead a little bit, Shark Bite. I want to give us some monologue. I'm gonna let you get ahead a little bit and talk to us.
Let me run down here.
See, look, he's getting his run on, his hike run.
Testing 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, you're on. You're in all the way.
Oh yeah.
You got a lot of range on this. They said like 100 yards.
Yeah. Bear.
So, what kind of wildlife have you seen in the Ravine Garden? Frog? You saw a frog today. Seen a deer?
Somebody said they saw deer tracks in here before.
You certainly have seen a snake you talked about.
Yeah.
Now, you're an outdoors guy. You probably know some certain fish. You're a fisherman when you see them. Certainly you know a lot about bass. You know a poisonous snake when you see one. You know a bear when you see one.
Yeah. If you avoid the few poisonous snakes, you're doing good.
All I know is there's some saying like black on yellow, scary fella.
Well, that's your coral snake. If the red touches yellow, it could kill a fella, something like that.
Okay. Hey, that's good to know when you need to know. Now, I don't know anybody. We were talking about carrying bear spray. I was in Ocala National Forest on the Florida Scenic Trail. When I was in Wyoming, of course, they have grizzly bear warnings, and grizzly, that is a high level of caution because grizzly is totally different than a black bear. And of course I carried bear spray, and I buy the big bottle. Now it's not like a fire extinguisher, but I carry a bottle, probably 10 ounces. You can spray more than once. You ever heard much about grizzly bears shark bite? Because they'll actually, I call it bum rush. They'll rush and bump a person if they're wanting to drive them off, and that's when it can be dangerous if they take it further, because their bump is not a light thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they got quite a bit of weight to them.
Shark bite, are you having fun today, or is this just drudgery?
Oh, it's fun to have somebody out here with me.
That's a good call. I agree. There's a lot of camaraderie on the trail, and you find somebody that comes from the same place as far as how they relate to life and people. I mean, we're both believers in Jesus. That matters. Makes a difference.
Yeah, when you have somebody to hike with, hang on, it's one of the perks of this trail. A bad swing.
Wow. I mean, how far? Where would they hit that from?
It's a pinnacle. The golf course wraps around up on the other side of the running road there.
Now, shark bite, he's a good trail keeper and watcher. He leaves no trace, and he picks up, and he'll clear the trail of debris. So he's someone that's going to pitch in, keep the trail natural, leave no trace. Of course, there's a golf ball recovered.
Well, it's a brand new one.
Brand new. Well, they're expensive. I golfed in my early 40s, but I never got serious or continue with it for some reasons, how much time and the expense. You ever pick up golf clubs, shark bite?
Yeah, I got a pair of Callaways somewhere.
So did you go out for a year or less or more? You've been out back in the day?
It's been probably two or 3 years since I've been out.
So you're done?
We used to play in the summertime. Yeah, I think the golf cart was a good invention to pack the golf courses.
Yeah, that's a good thing. But we're out here to work on the trail. It's fun to work. Work can be fun. I mean, it's an effort, but it's not hard. That's what we say. When you build up, when you do what you can and maybe add a little more, a mile here and there, you get stronger and you enjoy it. It's a good day. Every day on the trail is a good day. And you enjoy it when you're out here and you can work here in nature. We got green beauty all around us. Here's a little mucky still area. I say mucky. Okay, over there some, I call them like water plants.
Yeah, they'd be like lily pads.
Like lily pads. All right, there's an amphitheater up that stairs there. Huh.
If you look through the woods, you can see the creek trail down there.
Let's see. Oh, okay.
And the creek.
Yeah. In this setting, talking about the ferns out here with shark bite, surfer names. Surfers have a tradition to have names just like trail names, and Shark Bite's a long-time surfer. He's got the hair. He's retired. He's got the hair. He's got the look, and he's got the hiking groove. Getting in the. Do you surf in the tunnel, they call it, in the hollow, the tube?
The tube.
The tube.
Call them the barrel.
We're in Florida in the humidity, Palatka, Florida, in early September, and the temperature is getting up to the mid 80s, high of the day, and so you're working. It's not like you're not going to come out here from the couch if you haven't put any work in. But we're having fun. We're having a great day. Time of our life for a hiking day.
Boom.
Okay, talked about the ferns. Here we go. We got some ferns right there, but we're going to see some more. Is this our time, Shark Bite?
We're not to the curve yet, but the ferns have started.
We're in Fern City. And then right here, of course, there's a little road we had walked on earlier. Yeah, we're trying to wear Shark Bite down, trying to see if we can get some wear on him, get some break in, like that wild horse.
Yeah, my newbie legs.
Get him into the trail. Get him ready for some good elevation days, which you need more hiking legs to do those elevations. We're walking on Florida ups and downs, and of course the more you work, the easier it is. The less we're on the trail, the harder it is. Here we go. This is fern nature here. We've got it.
It's the fern turn.
I like that. All right, well, maybe Shark Bite will work on a poem for us. Put a rhyme on it. There it is. I'm walking backwards. We got it on both sides. That's a nice area of fern. All right. Got some roots we're walking over and through.
I know we're at the end of this loop. We'll be at 11.1.
Okay. That's why when you're feeling strong, I might want to, for me, get another 2.5 and top it off. I always like to break that 12 mile.
Yeah.
All right, well, you're in Florida. I give a quick look. Here's the caution. Got us in the shade. Going to bring it in at about 13.4 miles here at Ravines. Said river. Ravine Garden, Florida State Park. With Shark Bite today, first time out. I met him in this park, well, been quite a while ago now, maybe 4 months ago. Here we are looking at the reservoir where the river feeds in. Hiking on with Mike and Shark Bite. Our wrap up, closing this day out. It's 3:15 p.m. and we're walking a bridge here. See the suspension bridge, the pillars on one end. I think it'll be, at least 13 miles. But it's a good, solid day. We've been hiking well over 4 hours. All right, Shark Bite waiting on the bridge. One more suspension bridge. This one overlooks the creek walk. We've made this walk a little bit of a hard dirt road walk in a way, but not a driving type of dirt, but a golf cart or ATV. But yeah, we're on a suspension bridge. This is the second one. We had a little video clip of the first one. All right, we're hiking on with Rambler and Shark Bite. This is it, sports fans. Bringing it in, got the sun out, the Florida sun, the blue sky. There's some of that moss coming down. It's where it all began this morning. We're at 3:20. Should be 5 hours. Little water breaks here and there. Not too many, maybe 3 or 4. Began with the fountain. The hike's over. A good day of hiking. The sun is reflecting in where I'm sitting, so the sun is strong ahead of me. We finished at 13 plus miles, 5 hours with a few short breaks. So a great day at Ravine Garden, Florida State Park. We had an awesome day with Shark Bite, surfer name. Keeping his trail name, his surfing buddies will know him as Shark Bite. So he was an awesome hiking partner, and we'll do it again. Driving home from Ravine Garden, Florida State Park. This is off State Road 17, I will call it. Almost 5 hours of hiking, and we did reach 13 plus miles, closer to 13 and a half miles. It was a good training day, workout day, and we accomplished what we came to do in the first week of September. And we've got our hike on, and now we're driving home.